What is up, guys? It is TK Whopper, and if I do not just lag out and my computer did not explode, oh, never mind, we're fine. FPS thing just froze. Anyways, we're gonna be doing another tutoring this game, and we are going to be tutoring Zlod, otherwise known as Zlod, who is playing the black man as AD carry in bot lane. Now we forgot a trinket. What a noob. Yeah, we have music this time. You know, if you care, then, you know, I really don't care if you care. So, if it like super bothers you, you can make a comment, but I don't think it will. This guy. I don't think he really cares that this will be on my channel. Oh, look at that laugh. I got a grim sense of humor. I tweeted this guy previously. He started Dawn's Blade, that's good. He took his first spell. Never take your first spell until it's needed, because there's literally no reason. Having Q leveled is pointless. Let's say they 5-man invaded with like a Nami bubble and like Swain Root, he'd want to E to get away from those CC so he could dodge it, because both of those have a delayed damage. And so that's why you never want to take... This kid. Okay, anyways. Never take your first spell until you have to, because there is simply no point in having Q leveled when you're not actually going to use it. He should capitalize on that. Okay, there were two things there. He could have Q'd Jinx at one point to get through both of them. Something you gotta do with Lucian, who's like the only AD carry I play, but he is so much fun. And I was playing him before he was OP, so don't even get me started. See, what he's not doing, which you can do a lot with Lucian, is Q minions. Because the range of Lucian's Q is longer than you can target, but you have to target a minion, and then the light will pierce through that minion and hit farther than the range you can target at. So even if you're not in targetable range, you can hit generally a minion that's near them, or linearly from them, in corresponds with you. I said that really weird. Oh, I forgot to do something. He's playing this as much as he can. Oh, turn on the chat in the bottom left-hand corner. No, I already did that. I have to change off blue frames though, which is why. Alright, but there's a lot of stuff I had to say. Basically, Q range probably hits to that minion, but you can about target to this minion. So if you want to hit that minion, even though he's out of range, you can target a guy that's in range and reach him. That's what I was talking about with the Q. So he could have done that, and whenever you're laning with a Leona, you always want to proc her passives as much as possible, which is whenever you cast a spell on them, they get marked, and then if an ally hits a marked champion, the mark will explode and it'll deal damage. So Leona can't proc those herself, which is why she's a support, which is why when you're an AD carry, you gotta make sure you proc those to get maximum damage. And so he could have hit Nami there, and they would have gotten off some nice poke. But anyway, back to the lane. You always want to make sure you let your support get Targon's procs, because when they have 2 Targon stacks, like right now, she has 2 Targon stacks, which means they're not generating, which is bad, because you always want, if you have some golden item or some generating thing, you always want it to be generating charges, for obvious reasons. See, like, he could have let her get that, but he was damaging it. You want to make sure your support can get those, because for all of this time, Targon's is not recharging. She is at max stacks. And you want Targon's to proc as much as possible, because you both get, not only do you both get the gold, but you get 5 more gold for the minion if your support kills it. So she should be getting these, and he should be letting her get them. I don't know whose fault it is in the lane that she's not getting the Targon's procs, but it really has to be happening. If you get the item Targon's and then you don't actually CS, you're really behind. How did that hit? Alright, he made a mistake there. Lucian, you always want to space out your auto attacks. So don't just E up and immediately Q them. E up, auto attack, and then Q them so you get 2 double strikes instead of just 1. Why is she not hitting the minions? What is this? She got Targon's and she hasn't used it once this game. She could use it like 4 times. AD carry would be healthier. Hit the minions! Really frustrating. Alright. if you're playing Leona, you want to activate your W before you go in because it's a delayed thing. See right there, he hit both the minions with that Q, even though he was out of range of the other one. Leona's W is delayed, which means after you activate it, it takes a little while before the actual damage is dealt. And you want to get the damage in when you only get the W damage when you're next to them because it's like a close range circle explosion. And so if you activate your W a tiny bit before you E in, then by the time you're next to them and before you've run away because you've expended all your spells, you will get the W damage. You don't want to activate it too early though. It's kind of hard. This is relatively hard to do, and you have to be an experienced Leona player to do it. But you want to time your W so it has to be after your E lands, but you don't want it to be you don't want to hit it right as your E lands because you want to give the AD carry time to proc the mark from your E before your W explodes. So that's kind of hard, but you want it to activate roughly a second after your E. Because then he can proc this mark. Okay, he keeps getting hit by both. Lucian, alright, Lucian is really useless because he relies on his spells so heavily. Because his spells proc his passive and his spells are a lot of his damage. He's just reloading. Now he's going to want to turn around here. You want to, when a trainer comes in like that, you know he's going to immediately Mocking Shout. And so what you want to do, he didn't have to flash that. He doesn't have to use summons here. This is good that he's holding his summons. I was really new with that. Nami, I have no idea what she was thinking. But anyway, you want to, right as the trainer comes in, you want to turn around right as he W's and then turn back and keep running so that way you don't get the slow. Because the slow with trainer only applies if their back's to them. And now, alright, I have a question for you guys watching this about my tutoring style. Not as much of that, but recently I've started talking about what the abilities actually do. Like, explaining Leon's passive and Mocking Shout. I don't know if you guys need that, but I was explaining something about why Lichbane is good on Fizz. And I just said in the video, Lichbane is good on Fizz, and I never explained the reason why. And the reason why is because Lichbane's Q applies on hit effects. And so, it automatically applies the Lichbane whenever you Q summon. So, that's just an example of if I should start explaining things like that. Because a lot of people know that, but a lot of people also don't. And I have time to explain that, because that was a good double Q. He hasn't really done anything wrong. Whenever you get double shot, if you can, you want to hit champions. No, they're probably getting a gank. That was a good E. They're playing really aggressive. Alright, you don't want to walk back into those. Just walk around. Alright, he's got a double shot. Oh, he's double shot. Why not? See, that was good. Double Q. But right now he's level 4 and they're both level 5, so this isn't a great time to fight. Although the enemy has never gone back. Alright, so now you know the enemies are probably going to back. Okay, they're not back. Make sure you get siege minions. Even if you have to use spells, just make sure you get them. Because siege minions are really important in lane. Like, don't miss out on kills to get siege minions, but really, really try and get them. Support. Well done. Nice. Boom. I can eat up double shot. That was pretty good. Okay, that was alright. He should just double shot them. That was good by that. See, Leona got really nothing out of that double. You can probably get a key here. Alright, she's 6, and she can kill. What the? And she can kill Leona with her ultimate, and so Leona has to really play passively. Oh, actually, it costs 100 mana, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, a lot of ultimates too. Like, she could get some autos off. Alright, never mind, she just used her double. Jinx is skin bearing. And so what he wants to do now, Jinx is going to be back. And so you want to push out the lane. Because if you push out this lane before, right, whenever an enemy goes back, you generally want to go back. That's not always true, but that's true a decent amount of time. And the reason for that is, even if you had an advantage in lane, if they go back and you don't, then they're going to get items on you because gold in your pocket isn't actually helping you fight. Wait, this is actually really important, so I'm going to pause to explain this. Let's say we can actually check this. So, right now, Lucian... Oh, I just do this. Lucian is at 2,700 gold. Jinx is at 2,300, which means Lucian has the advantage. But Lucian has 900 gold in his pocket, while she only has 200, which means there's a 700 disparity. I think that's the word, I don't know. Some sounds similar to that between the two and what they have in their pocket, which means even though he has a 600 gold advantage or 400 gold advantage total, Jinx has spent more gold than he has, so Jinx has a lane advantage, even though she has less total gold. And that is the reason why when your lane opponent goes back, you generally want to go back even if you are winning lane. And so he stayed a bit too long here. As soon as Jinx went back, he wants to insta-push the wave, and then he wants to go back and start getting his items and coming back to lane. Because you want to push the wave, because if you push an entire wave, it says a siege wave, you get 7 minions. If you push it fast enough, before the enemy AD carry gets back to lane, the entire wave will have died at their tower, which means you just got 7 minions, the enemy AD carry missed because they all died at tower. That's a really unsafe place to back when you're in bot lane. And he's completely now, and she is like half mana, so it's a little risky to push this. I'm not saying it's terrible, but after this wave, you probably are going to want to back, because you're you have really no lane presence compared to a full mana, full health Jinx. So he should really just start running. And now, he's stuck in lane, because if he backs Jinx, who has just bought her items and is full health, full mana, will push out the wave. He's going to miss a wave. Yeah, he's standing in front of her to block the W. She's dead to that. See, this is why you can't overstay. A huge mistake right here is overstaying lane. If he had backed as she backed, he would have a lane advantage because he got the 7 minions that she missed. Illusion's ult is relatively useless, so using it for wave clear is fine. But anyways, he should just be back in here. He's playing kind of risky. See a berry? Oh, he's flashing a berry. Never mind, he was fine. But he's got there's no point to that. Yeah, it was cool, they got berry baited, but they didn't actually do anything. Him staying in lane right now is absolutely useless. He's not getting anything, and they can very easily die him. Like, he didn't get any minions. He stood in lane for all that time and got nothing. As soon as you realize your presence in lane is 0, just start running away and back. But, as I was saying, if he had backed when Jinx had backed, when they both came back to lane, because of those 7 minions that he got that she missed, he would have an item advantage. Gold advantage doesn't matter. It matters if you have an item advantage in terms of dueling. And so if he had done that, he would have been stronger than her. And Leona would have gone back too. Leona probably would have been stronger than Nami, although it really doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, Nami started with no item. So Leona would have been much stronger. And both sides would have been full health, full mana. And so if he had done that, they would have had a lane advantage even after the enemy AD carried back. But the way it happened, because the enemy AD carried back and he didn't, he stayed in lane with low mana and low gold, low items compared to her, because she actually went back. And so I know that was a lot. I just said a lot there, but it's actually super important about the bot lane and about really every lane that you should know. And if you didn't like catch it or understand it, I would suggest go rewatching it, because that's super important. You gotta know about that. Okay. In terms of item choice, he's going Trinity first. He got the Lifesteal Scepter and then he's going Trinity. Or honestly, he's going Trinity. I like doing that because you really need some kind of sustain. I don't know if he has Lifesteal Quints or not. Generally, what most AD carries do is running 2 Lifesteal Quints, which I think is pretty good because you need that little bit of sustain and it's super helpful. He walked back onto those, which is bad. But, alright. I don't really know what happened in that fight, but I'm just assuming he's going correctly. Alright, a mistake he did there was he flashed when he didn't have to. He could have gotten in range with just his E and then double strike and then flashed out of tower after he got the kill, but flash E-ing got him pretty much into melee range, which is a waste. You want to stay... I don't think she's going to be able to get this. I don't think so. I lied. Oh, she has boots. I didn't know that. Did Leona have boots? Oh no, never mind. I was wrong. But yeah. What was I saying? I wish I could like rewind and then do what I was saying. That would be cool. Fast forward, he's dead. Or walking excellently. Yeah, just don't. With an AD carry, you always, almost always, want to stay at your maximum attack range, especially when you're committing a dive. Or suicide. I don't know. Never mind. With some lame attempt to rhyme or something. Oh yeah, on Lucian, before you get the Zeal, you want to get the Sheen. In order of importance, it goes Phage, Sheen, Zeal, when building your Tristan. Right, this Rengar dies to jungle monsters so much. Oh, he's chasing pretty deep here. Okay, he stopped. He's taking red buff. Okay, good. It's always important to go help your teammates win. Alright, he made a mistake there. It wasn't the end of the world, but he should have auto-attacked because he had just used a spell and then used his color. Something that's really important to note about, he held his barrier well there. That was pretty good barrier bait. Something that's really important to note about Lucian is managing your passive. If you're not using your passive correctly, then you're going to be a lot weaker than other Lucians. Just, as said in every champion spotlight, that's what separates the good Lucians from the great Lucians. A lot of times, his ultimate is useful as giving him his passive. Because it counts as an ability, and so it gets him double strike. You can ult, immediately cancel it, just for the double strike. And it can, a lot of times, increase your damage by more than actually holding the color. Like, if they're low health, but you can't kill them with an auto attack, and you have ult up, just ult, immediately cancel, and double attack. Because that actually can get you a very good amount of burst damage. So yeah, he got the full training now, that's good. You don't really need Zerker's Greaves. But boots are relatively useless as well. There, he's gonna get there. He's fast. In my opinion, in lane, just regular boots are really not that great. He is actually against Jinx Nami, which is, if you're not shooting the skill shots you're really playing, it's going to be hard for you to win that lane if you're not shooting skill shots. So in this particular matchup, boots are pretty good, but ordinarily, I don't really like getting boots on an AD carry that early. Zerkers aren't bad, but just tier 1 boots are kind of useless. Alright, so he's going to want to... Okay. Well done. Well done. Silver trouble. He's gonna want to turn around here. Yeah, see, he knew. Well, he should know. Maybe he didn't know. But against Trainer Mirrors, you know they're gonna be mocking Chowden. Wow. Are you serious? This game. I really wish I could turn on chat. No, what? No, what? Okay. I really have no idea what that was. That was really, really annoying. You're gonna get a cut. A hard cut, because I'm too lazy to make it nice for you. Basically, my computer decided that it wanted to update, and instead of just like, it underscored my game, it underscored League to tell me that it had to update, and if I get League underscored while I'm using Fraps, it crashes, and I basically had to completely close out of League, and then bring it back in to get back to this tutoring, but I had like 6 minutes of unwatched video at the time of my tutoring because I was pausing and going back and stuff. And so those 6 minutes and during all this whole loading time we're going to miss, which is actually really, really frustrating. It doesn't have to underscore my game to tell me it has to update. Well, whatever, it's fine. There's still a lot of good material in this. And I'll give this guy more tutoring after the game than I normally would because I feel bad about that. Even if it is out of my control. Could it at least load? Ugh. So frustrating. You know, I like these honorable ribbons, but it's so hard to get them. Riot made it ridiculously hard to actually get them, especially because after the honor hype died down, like a week after they came out, no one really gave out honor ribbons anymore. So now it's next to impossible. I used to have one. I used to have the honorable opponent one, but it goes away so fast because you have to like consistently get so many honors, and nobody really honors anymore, so there's no reward for it. The only way to really fix that honor thing is to make there an incentive to give honor, which is really impossible to do. An incentive for receiving honor wouldn't help anything because no one's giving out the honor. It wouldn't actually make things better. What you have to fix is the people giving out. See, I really, I don't, alright, well, that was an intense fight. Double kill. Good job, Zlod. Good job. Good job.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, I have no idea what happened in that fight. Alright, he's kiting well. He's kiting well. He's kiting well. Good job. Good job. You don't need that stupid. T auto attack. That was good. Let me check his build. He went Trinity into Black Cleaver into Last Whisper. That's a relatively good build. Now, the enemies don't really have that much armor, so it's not an amazing build, but because like you don't really need the Last Whisper. He did that burst pretty well. He auto attack double. Beautiful. You think he can double here? Oh, it was still done. That was good. E max Q and then E and then W. That's what you want to do. Wow, I missed a lot of stuff. I missed a lot. Ended up getting thick. But this guy probably is like, oh my gosh, I'm so good. I had 17 kills. No matter how good you are, you definitely made mistakes. Okay, now that's not entirely true, but he has made mistakes. Right there. What did I just say?
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, see this guy's, I hate it when people do that. A lot of people do that. They think, like, I'm just tutoring someone, pointing out mistake after mistake after mistake. I look down, see their score, they're like 11-3, and I'm like, wow, this guy probably thinks he's so good. Yeah, and I actually did miss a lot of it, but it doesn't matter. He's 18-4 during team fights. Most of what he was doing was probably correct, because his laning phase was very shaky, and he made a lot of mistakes. But because he's so fed now, that means he probably did well in team fights. So it's not that bad that I missed all of them. Ideally, I would have gotten them, but he missed them. I mean, he missed. I mean, say, he did well in team fights because he's so fed. But another thing, a lot of people, they're like, does that one have to count? I didn't do well. I don't give you one tutoring because I don't want you to have more than one. I give you one tutoring because I'm not going to spend my time giving you 2 tutorings when I already used my time on the first one. I really, it's not that, I mean, I don't know, this sounds kind of bad. Let me stop talking. He could Q that, okay. If he had not quite gotten her, he could have Q'd a minion because she was running up. He's using his ult pretty well. Lucian ult's relatively useless. It's not terrible late game in team fights, because if you're not in a position to actually go into the fight, you can ult at range. I don't know what's happening. He's lagging. He CS pretty well. He missed some, and he missed some sieges, which was not great. He missed like 1 or 2. But in general, pretty solid. Standard build, but I don't like Guardian Angel, which is an item a lot of people get. Master Cutie Pie told me this, and I completely agree. I've never really liked Guardian Angels anyway. If you get Guardian Angels when you are the team. Now, in this game, his entire team was doing well, so it's different. But if you get Guardian Angels when you are the team as AD carry, you die, and then your team's like, we had no team. Our only source of damage just went down. We have to run. And then you're sitting there, lying on the ground, waiting to be revived. As soon as you revive, you just die again. It doesn't do anything. But anyways, just main topics, just manage your passive better. And all the stuff I said about laning and mechanic, because that's super important, and you gotta recognize that if you want to become a good AD carry. And that was something he did not do. And let your support use targets. Oh, I don't even know what that was. Maybe that was just Leona being an idiot, but in general, yeah, let your support use targets. So guys, sorry about that cut. Sorry I missed a lot of the game, but you got the bulk of the game. You just kind of missed him getting fed, but that doesn't really matter because that means he was probably doing well, although I'm positive I could have pointed out a lot of mistakes. So anyways, guys, this has been a tutoring. If you want to get new tutoring, go to the site, and I will see you in Diamond.